You know when there's always that one game that comes out and everyone everywhere is talking about it, like it's grabbing the whole world from its balls and its success seems untouchable. And then you have the Fortnite kids going, oh my god, Fortnite did the Fortnite, they can Fortnite, it was fucking murdered. Then in a few days, no one gives a flying fuck about the game. But before we get into this video, can we please get something out of the way first? No, I mean literally, can we grab it and get it out of the way? Thank you, Harold. Valorant is not dead and it's here to stay. Matter of fact, the chances of Valorant going away anytime soon are as slim as the chances of us getting through 2020 alive. It's just people on the internet nowadays tend to see everything in the extremes. That's the most common mindset in such a fast world. Now that being said, you're probably questioning my choice of title. Well, it's kinda complicated. Valorant is here, but the hype, the fire isn't. It's nowhere to be found. Boom, extinguished. Statistically speaking, Valorant didn't live up to the expectations it set for itself. Like, Jesus fuck, the interest for Valorant went so fucking high, way beyond the Milky Way. Then the game comes out and the interest goes down by the speed of 150 million kilometers a second, penetrating the ground and making its way to the Earth's core. Everyone is looking for the Valorant hype as if it was lost or something. I'll tell you where the hype went. It was never there to begin with. You're probably assuming that I'm referencing the Twitch viewership drop and using that to determine the game fell off. No, that's fucking retarded, but it's a good place to start with nonetheless. The first day Valorant set foot on Twitch, it became an instant hit. It was going to break the all-time record on the website. Every single streamer was playing it. The second day comes in and esport teams were being formed out of nowhere. And some players just made the decision to go pro on Valorant based on few matches and few hours on the game. But turns out, the game is actually pretty good. Valorant is specifically made for people who love CSGO, but they're also bored with it. Some matches on CSGO start being repetitive after a while, where in Valorant there's always something flashy and different happening each round, thanks to the agents of course. You got this funny British guy, Asian, Mercy, blonde, Hanzo, female, Junkrat. This one is green on Toxic, so I like her. The voice actress is prettier than the agent.
Did you just seriously request an operator?
Yeah.
And you got it?
Yeah.
I want to be fucking female as well.
Usually when companies give out alpha or beta test keys, they do it via email or something of that sort. However, Riot did it with a Twitch drop. Just link your account with the Twitch one and watch some Garbo streamers who has drops enabled. Wow! This means there were almost 2 million people interested on getting the game, right? No, wrong, motherfucker, wrong. There were viewers and streamers exploiting the system more than Twitch thoughts exploiting their bodies. People were creating 3 to 5 accounts just to get the key faster. Of course, that's the better side of two evils. Some people were going even further than 3 accounts. They would set up these virtual machines, or more like virtual browsers, and they have like 20 tabs open, each with a different account linked to its own different Riot account, watching a different streamer, and they just leave it running and go about their business until they start getting some drops. They are basically farming keys. But Adrix, what the fuck do these bitches need all these damn keys? Well, I'll tell you what they do with them, Harold. They sell them. Well, hell yeah. They go on these forums that I don't want to mention, and they sell a key for, I don't know, probably $5 or something, because people are that desperate to play the game everyone is talking about, or the game their favorite content creator is playing non-stop, because they think they actually like the game. I'm not saying streamers were being paid off to stream the game constantly, but I'm just saying it feels very, very iffy. Some streamers were straight up acting like different people when streaming Valorant. It's like they replaced them with clones or some Star Wars shit. I don't fucking know. Even if they weren't being paid off, they were 100% guaranteed a decent viewership. Small channels who used to average 5 viewers were starting to average 100. Even big Call of Duty and Fortnite streamers started playing Valorant, a game that functions entirely different. And fuck me, I've seen some terrible people with thousands of viewers just sitting there sucking and gagging dick at the game, looking angry all the time and straight up not having fun. Some people saw Valorant as nothing more than a viewership boost. They didn't even care about the game. That's why a lot of streamers looked forced when playing Valorant. That was obvious the moment they started putting previous or past streams of them playing Valorant on repeat 24/7, and and they fuck off, I guess.
But certainly he probably made a couple extra thousands of dollars because he was doing these extensively long streams, which, by the way, were restreamed VODs. Yasuo did this, Poach did this, Electra did this, Anomaly did this, Classified did this.
It is a minefield, really. On the one hand, I'm impressed by Riot's genius marketing. On the other, I am extremely frustrated because they introduced such a lazy, exploitable practice, and the thing is, any fucking company can pull the shit out of their uncreative asses now. By the time I'm making this video, good old Hi-Rez and Ubisoft did it with their games. Just two wonderful companies that bring nothing more than smiles to the gaming community. I'm quite intrigued to see what Twitch turns into when more companies start doing this to their games, and I'm quite intrigued to see how these games perform after they come out, because looking at Valorant, the game went from averaging 1 million to 70,000. Now that we got that out of the way, the interest drop isn't exclusive to Twitch only. If we go on YouTube and search for any game, we can see its search volume using an extension. Valorant barely scores a 3 out of 5, which is ironic for a game that is being labeled as the CSGO killer. If we are looking to get serious about this, we have to use Google Trends. Call of Duty is a pretty close competition to it, however, the so-called dead Fortnite isn't. What the fuck? PUBG is even more searched than Valorant thanks to the eastern side of the world. Valorant only beats games like Apex, Tarkov, Overwatch, you know, the obvious ones. I have to note that most developers would dream to see their game in the place that Valorant is on right now, but calling it the next big thing in the gaming scene, maybe it's too early for that. The hype for Valorant was just too big to be realistic, or maybe people don't appreciate games like Valorant anymore. Think about it. Today's gaming generation has the attention span of a golden fish, and you got Riot over here late to the party trying to convince people to try out their new game that consists of recoil control, massive gun spray, laser sharp hitboxes, gun economy, a weird knife combo, requirement of map knowledge, team cooperation, complicated movement, no sprinting, no health regeneration, 1 life, no respawns, 25 rounds, each round lasts about 2 minutes, which results in matches lasting for half an hour. So real quick, let's compare Valorant to the other shooting games that have been dominating the market for the past 10 years. Originally, this is the part where I give Valorant a bit of credit for standing out and trying something unique, but guess what, fuckface? It's not even fucking unique!
Hey!
Yeah?
What the hell is this?
Oh, you didn't really give any specific guidelines about mating.
I understand that games need to be challenging and competitive from time to time, but Valorant feels like it had to be approved by a bunch of CSGO tryhards. You can smell the sweat of these dickweeds through the game. Picture yourself coming from a hard day at college or work and you only have like 2 hours of free time. Does Valorant really look like an inviting game that you want to play until your bedtime comes? Other than challenging, a game should be a stress removal as well, something that allows you to kick back and chill, man, chill. A lot of titles right now offer you a huge room for improvement while tolerating a lot of your mistakes. They have very little downtime. We're talking back to back high octane action. Valorant, more like Outlast 3. People look at Valorant's trailer and art style and they go, oh boy, this looks like a nice vibrant game like Overwatch. It's very nice, it has superpowers. Let me download it real quick. Only for them to realize that this game is full of CSGO immigrants. People who one-tap your head as soon as 1 pixel of your body appears in their 32-inch monitors with a 360 refresh rate, not to mention their expensive headset, so if by accident you lift your finger off of the shift button, they will pinpoint your exact position and even recognize what agent and gun you are using. Haunting corners in this game will give you PTSD that will last you a lifetime. So why the fuck should Jimmy over here bother with a game like Valorant on a Friday's afternoon? Every time I watch people play this game, they're most likely 5-stacking the shit out of it while communicating like a SWAT team on their way to assassinate the CEO of racism. The callouts are always precise, they help each other buy items, their teamwork game is beyond the roof. But if you are a lonely piece of shit like me, you'll have to queue with randoms and end up getting tryouts from a music show who get rejected on the first episode. It doesn't matter if I lose or win, the most amount of fun I had with this game was watching the game, and that's the issue for me with Valorant. It feels like it was made so it can be milked on the esports scene. They didn't make it because they wanted people to enjoy it and have a fun time. They made it so they can save all those one-tap pros from the sinking ship that is CounterStrike. The game already has few turnoffs about it that push people away. If you looked up Valorant around the time it was released, two topics were being talked about a lot. Let's start with the obvious one, the rootkit. You probably heard of Riot's Vanguard, which is supposed to be a highly sensitive anti-cheat system. However, a lot of people are saying it's a Winnie the Pooh trying to snatch a little bit of honey from your computer. The other thing that people are questioning are the skins. Luckily, I have been provided with an exclusive behind-the-scene footage from Riot's HQ showing us how they bring these skins to life. Okay, real slow now. We're gonna start with a basic white background that is going to be turned into a layer, then head over to its blending options and give it a nice gradient overlay. You can choose whatever you want really, but I am going with something dark and edgy since we're all a bunch of degenerate weebs here at Riot. So yeah, let's balance these two. We can't have the blue dominate everything. Let's bring us a weapon. This is my personal favorite. Put the layer above the weapon. It's very important actually. Select the pixels of the weapon and be real careful. We have to delete the inverse. Just like that, you're seeing where this is going. Rasterize layer style. Set it to screen. Duplicate. Hide the copy for now. Turn the original to overlay. Bring back the hidden one and just play with its opacity until you get the desired look. Once you are done, select all the layers, merge them, and there. Pretty skin, right? Okay. That will be $50, sir. I can get Red Dead Redemption 2 for that price. Then you have Spyro the Dragon set, which cost about $300 when fully upgraded. I gotta say, for a competitive game that is trying to become an esport hit, are these type of distracting look at me I am rich skins a good idea? These bitches copied CSGO so hard, even the skin prices cost more than your rent, but at least in CS you can sell and trade, unlike this bullshit. But Adrix, how dare you, can't you see it's a free game? Yeah, guess what, TF2 is a free game, Smite is a free game, Fortnite is a free game, Dota 2 is a free game. On top of the prices being reasonable, some skins are offered for fucking free just by playing the game. Here's a Paladin's Battle Pass that costs around $14 and it contains champion skins that look extremely different from the original, while having alternative sounds effects, alternative visual effects, alternative voice acting, and each one of these skins come with their own fucking alternative weapon that has all those features, and sometimes they even include an alternative animation and a muzzle flash. And the crazy part is some of these skins are a direct purchase that you can just grind for them and not necessarily pay. Valorant, what the fuck is your excuse? You know, all of this just goes to show that their true priorities has been creating as much fake hype as possible, following it up with other advertisements everywhere, then trying to cash in with cosmetics that will force you to spend at the minimum $50. And let's not forget the humongous amount of focus they immediately put on the whole competitive and ranked aspect of the game. I mean, for fuck's sake, they added ranked to an unreleased 2 weeks old game when the only people who were playing it were a bunch of League of Legends streamers who've never played a single shooter in their entire life. This game was mathematically crafted to generate money. Every single streamer, pro player, organization look at this game as one big exploitable money-making machine. They see it as an opportunity to stay relevant now that CSGO isn't as big as it used to be. I still had a lot of fun playing this game. Unlike others, I don't really think it's some soulless, bland game. There was a lot of rounds which I was at the edge of my fucking seat screaming at my mic, whether it's a teammate saving us at the last second or we pull a sick comeback. It's good, but nothing really fresh. Thank you for watching and have a better day than me.
Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay? Ay, stay up, late nights, still in pain. In my mind it decays as I try to make a change. See the sun, see it set, feel some pain, feel regret. All the same, what is next? I'm to blame for my head, life it changes, it may